And we've launched it.
That sounded like an ASP to me.
Oh, yeah, you got me. Viewers don't know what that is, but they'll find out.
They'll find out. They will find out soon.
I was very confused because I heard that joke twice. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, Tyler really liked that joke. He said it twice.
In the exact same tone.
I figured it out. We solved it, gang.
Good job, explorers. All right. And we're back.
Huzzah.
Nah.
As I am on a whole different map than you guys are right now, looking at other stuff.
Sneaky.
Yes, it's my turn. The last of the 4, and I hope to bring you guys a relatively good game.
I don't see you online. I don't know if you've gone already online.
He's online. Yeah.
Dylan?
Oh, yes.
Twitch.
Might take a minute, but yes.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's showing up.
I had to turn Bill up because he switched his headset.
He moved his camera too.
Turn it up.
Who are you?
No, I'm looking at his chin.
I can see his mirror.
He looks so different when I'm not looking up his nose hairs.
That's what I'm used to.
You guys just want to cancel this and just roast Bill's tech?
You know what?
You know what? Fuck this.
Fuck you all.
You know what?
sounds
D&D is great, guys. But you know what's even
What was that,
better?
Bill? What was
It's
that?
even better.
What'd you say?
You can hear it extra clear now in HD.
There you go.
Whoa.
All right, so I'll go ahead and have Wolken recap us this time.
Oh, that's always the best person.
That is the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
thing to do.
It was. It was.
But you're so invested. You're in your hometown.
I'm sorry, my friend.
We got the forge.
It was the dice roll.
Got the granny,
Sorry.
granny costume on.
Eldest, and the Simborn of the skies, for the minions, and a lot of shit happened, and we won.
We did some stuff.
Sounds good
We
to
did
me.
do that.
Important shit happened. I got fuzzy in the middle. I don't
It was.
quite know how to recap what happened with you and your dad. I actually don't know what happened.
I think Josh killed my dad. Someone killed the creature that my dad took over. My dad made me throw him at the creature, and then you guys killed the creature, and then Josh said my dad was dead.
I thought he got away. Or he
No,
out
yeah,
like a
it was
fart on the wind.
fuzzy.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure, but then Josh was like, he's dead, and I was like, well, that confirms that.
Well, that plot
From
line
the
was
mouth
neatly
of
wrapped
DM.
up.
Yep.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Question mark?
We're playing comic book rules here. Anything could happen.
Yeah, this is
Anything
Marvel.
could happen.
Yeah.
It's a multiverse.
Your
You
dad
guys had
went out
fought
for
the
smokes.
you guys had fought that large Sinborn. You won.
Yay.
And yes, a couple things happened. Umlau had to call upon his father to try and help, who essentially tricked him to take over the monster and try and get away. And in that, you guys destroyed the monster and killed Umlau's dad with it. You guys had stripped the monster of whatever you could: teeth, bone, hide, scales.
Feces.
Yeah, feces, whatever it was
Hey.
that you needed, intestines,
Whatever
you know,
you need.
whatever it was that you needed for the ingredients you needed it for. And
Zoom, you should take
guys-
the intestinal lining and use it as sausage casing.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be the biggest sausage you've ever seen.
Just wiggle it like this everywhere you go.
Sleeping
Say
bags.
my sausage.
Body
Then
pillow.
you guys,
It's like body
then you guys
foreskin.
headed home.
No.
Forbidden foreskin.
Forbidden foreskin.
That's the other game.
It
We
is.
are the five skins.
All right.
Oh god.
So you guys headed back to Wilter. And back in Wilter, you guys were granted leave. You guys had a month off. Let's go around the horn of what I can see on my screen here. Um, see what you guys did in this month. I will start with Acasio.
All right. I'll go by memory. So if you recall, I was not here last session, but because I was in Colombia, but I chose to try to input what I was doing um, on Twitch. That's why Acasio kind of collapsed while he tried to rage and eyes went all blacked out. So he wasn't really present in that last fight. He didn't die, luckily, but I think there's times where he was getting picked up and almost eaten. But because of that, Casio is very cautious and worried about the future, especially when it comes to his ailment getting worse. So he, during this time of off period of our month, I think it was, right? Month.
Yeah, it's a month.
He worked with the local apothecary to create a tranquilizer dart to 3 tranquilizer darts to give to some fellow party members just in case that he loses control of himself, that he'll have these darts ready for his buddies to use to knock him unconscious.
You gave during this month you met up with a couple party members. The 3 members you gave those 3 darts to, one was given to Dreek, one was given to Foz, and one was given to Umlau. And so all of those can be added in your inventory for I call it an Acasio dart, Acasio tranquilizer dart. All of you were given instructions on when and how to use it. In case he decides to go ape shit, you guys have full on permission to, pull those out and shoot him. And if he gets through those, take him out.
Are these effective on individuals other than Acasio as well?
I mean, if you're down to, get down, hell yeah.
Good to know.
I specifically chose those 3 because of the guys that aren't strong boys, at least from what I can tell. So,
So it's gonna be like the scene in Pulp Fiction.
Like he's pretty much like, you guys are gonna miss, and I gotta make sure you miss.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, because darts could be dexterous, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
if you're throwing them. Or...
yeah. So yeah, that was my logic there. But besides making the darts, Acasio kind of stays out of the limelight after destroying. I didn't even help to destroy the monster, but I helped fight the little guys along the way and help get us there. But I don't like the idea of taking credit for it, so I kind of just sit in my studies of trying to figure out more about my ailment. I did manage to try to, I don't know if I successfully did this, but I tried to use one of the teeth of its maw to make a quarterstaff.
Oh,
To replace
yes,
mine.
I actually meant to get back to you on that. Yeah, yes, you did. So you can add a +1 quarterstaff, name it what you want, and all that good stuff. Oh, sorry. Is that it? Still going?
I don't know. That's about it.
All right. For the couple of times that Acasio has been around the bin, he's probably met with each team member probably once for a brief moment, besides the ones that he gave the darts to, and then he's mostly been in the apothecary. Everyone knows where he's at, but he's just really kept to himself for the most part. Zoom.
Yeah, so Zoom was pretty quiet as well after collecting what he could from the creature. He probably would have gone back to Wilter, and with all the money that he's got, he's probably looking into getting investors for starting a restaurant. And he's working, like, creating a bunch of dishes for, like, the menu and stuff. The idea being the restaurant's going to be have lots of rare and crazy ingredients. So there will be like a set menu, but then there's going to be like depending on what creatures we go out and kill, there's going to be like limited time items that are only available as long as I have the
Ooh.
parts to do so.
Every meat burritos.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
I will say, Zoom, that upon your or on your quest to get investors, Bud was with you, looking for investors as well. But
Aha.
we'll get to that. We'll get to why that is later. Foz, you're up.
All right. So I would like to immediately after the battle, I would grab any spell books from the magical foes that either the boy or the other mage guy, I forget his name. And
Eldos.
yeah, him. Uh do that, and then Foz would also go, and since the kid ran away in the mines, he would kind of he had some of the guys go in and pull the kid out. So yeah, the kid's somewhere safe. He didn't really care once he pulled him out of the mine. But then Foz would go and be looking for kind of new spells to learn, preferably of the divination variety, and also doing research as to the other existing Doomwakers or whatever. Now that he's seen one of them with his eyes, he's interested in like the other ones that he saw in his vision. And then he'd also would have gathered some hide from the creature, or actually, could I have it be skills?
Yeah.
And then have a suit of scale mail made.
Sure. Get some scale mail made. I will say, go ahead and roll me a history check. Acacia, roll me a medicine check. I'm not looking at an actual character.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
It's the choo-choo time.
Choo-choo train.
In the
Dang.
face.
Dumbass.
17.
17. Okay. Acacio, inside the apothecary, you've been pretty much alone for the most part, doing a lot of studying. You probably just racked out a good amount of shelves of books, not traveling outside very much. Uh, I will say you are proficient. If you're not already proficient in medicine, then you have was it wisdom?
I'm not proficient in medicine.
Then then you gain proficiency in medicine.
Oh, very cool.
Ooh, skill trainings. Fun.
Paz, you in your search about the Doomwakers, for knowing the one that you guys had seen, where was this in Helgrin? There have been hints of one closer to the main capital. Small
Okay.
hints. Somewhere in the mountains, somewhere maybe close to Gray Peaks, somewhere in the Forlorn. It's not very specific, but it's somewhere close that hints to maybe a Doomwaker's closer than you think.
Like rumblings of like what, like kind of the effects or like which one of them it might be.
No,
Okay.
just hints of like peaks of large monsters that have been just left. It's kind of like
Okay.
almost like legends you see
Ah,
a little
okay.
bit. Yeah. Nothing that you can really use as like super viable in this moment. You haven't heard anything recently, but as you go on and study, you're catching hints as you're like putting it together that there might be something closer to Wilter than you think.
Okay.
All right.
And then for the scale mail, is it special at all, or is it just scale mail?
Just scale mail.
Okay.
So anybody who got scale mail, just to put it out there.
Not that I can wear it
Um,
yet, but planning for the future.
The first wizard I've ever heard of trying to wear armor.
Well, when you multi-class as a cleric in the future,
Hey, nice.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Let's go to Vulcan. Si, senor.
I grab notes just to make sure. So I turned in the forge as a hero. To my people, my species,
Worship me.
basically.
mitochondrial
and I-
Vulcan? No.
Mitochondria. Powerhouse. So I chose to oversee the reinstatement of the forge and make sure the dwarves did not royally fuck up again. For the most part. So I think that's most of my month. Is I was given an assistant in a official capacity. Because I had a lot of responsibilities. And that's mostly it. I think I honed
Yours-
my forge skills.
Your
as well.
assistant, by the way, is a very, very energetic halfling.
It's a groupie.
Like,
Very tiny.
Yeah, very tiny. And your assistant almost, in times where you're not speaking, your assistant almost talks for you. To the tone
Okay, so
of
that's
like,
fairly often.
yeah, so like to the tone of like almost to where like she knows what you're thinking. And so
What's your
we're-
name?
Oh shit. God damn it.
Oh shit.
I was like, oh man.
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
Yeah, I know. Don't ask me names. There's too many of them. Her name is actually
Shayla.
Yeah, it's actually Vanessa. Yes, I know. Very simple. Certain names, I was just like, this is a good one.
Nailed it.
That. Yeah, but it's Quirk Smirk is her last name, which is
Quirk Smirk.
Quirk Smirk.
Smirk.
Quirk smirk.
A halfling
Quirk
assistant who
or
knows my thoughts.
cork?
Huh?
Quirk or cork?
Or Quirk.
Got it.
Quirk.
Quirk smirk. Quirk smirk.
Quirk
Smirk.
That is Quark.
Yeah. And everyone just calls her Dr. Quirk Smirk. It's pretty hilarious.
Doctor.
Most people laugh. Yeah, Dr. Quirk Smirk.
I laughed.
Nice.
Yeah. Makes it worse because you have to most people look down to her to actually address it, Dr. Quirk Smirk. But yes, that is your assistant. Very energetic halfling. I will have a picture for you soon. And we go down to Dreek.
So, Dreek kind of like took the money and run. He went back to Quiltier, found like he would like go from like little inns and just like focus on rogue skill, training, reading all about Odasses. Just focusing on himself, hunkering down, smelling his pile of money when he can.
I gotta say, whatever the hell Josh is eating, oh my god, he makes it look like it's just the most amazing thing. Stop fucking eating like that.
You can't hear it.
Why is it like right here?
No, we can't hear it. But
Okay,
I'm
thank
definitely
God.
watching you do it.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Looks like a baby spoon.
Look over in the corner.
It's baby food.
It's a regular size spoon, I promise.
Well, yeah, it
Looks
looks
like a
super
shape.
big when you put it right up on the camera. But
He's eating applesauce.
feed us.
No, you're close.
Feed the audience.
Since I'm
Oh,
on a
man,
diet,
that's
I got 0-calorie Jello, and
That's
it,
what it is.
Oh,
it actually doesn't taste too bad. But
That's the
oh,
goods.
just
Josh, when is that 60 days up?
you mean 75?
What is that? 75 days of you idiot.
That weak ass shit.
It finishes like
Not
3
six.
days before we go to Vegas.
Oh boy,
Tolerance for you, haha.
your poor
You
liver.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Drake. Sorry.
I mean, that was pretty much it. Like, I'm holed up, going to like inns, getting swole, bathing in money.
Innsmouth.
Yeah.
When you said you took the money and run, I thought you were like, so I made a new character.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Oh no.
Hey, Drake, go ahead and just roll me a. Roll me a d10.
D10.
Perfectly average.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. So as you went around, you spent about 500 gold doing what you were doing.
Perfect.
God damn.
The gyms didn't cost too much, but the weird hookers did definitely.
What do you mean? James always
I wasn't
costs a lot.
supposed to tell him.
What you trying to say?
It was James.
It was a home
I know my
visit.
worth.
Luxury Warforged.
The robot hookers.
Interchangeable holes.
My assistant knows what we're talking about.
All
Why did
requests through
you
my
choose him?
assistant, please.
My assistant gets it.
Oh boy.
Wilkin doesn't like to be handed things.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Kaz, you're up.
I'm up. All right. So, Kaz, upon getting back to Wiltier, I guess now knowing that Sid came with us, I didn't realize that was an option. So rather than putting up feelers for any news on Sid the Cursed, I guess it would be more kind of debriefing him as to what he went through, and what kind of mindset he was in before taking up his case with the Church of Helm, floating the idea of either redemption or punishment for his part in the Helgrin incident. Speaking of the church and tying up loose ends, he would have taken, with Bud's assistance, returned the bodies of Keldos or Keldros, whatever his name was, and then Riker back to the church for righteous burnings or burials, whatever they saw fit. While in town, he would have done his usual check-in with Ovella via any military or guard contacts he may have in the area. Searching for magic items, blah blah blah. And he would have attempted to reach out in some way and try and contact the Bride of Lathander, given how active the Sinborn have been in recent months, and how they keep cropping up. He's trying to gain some more insight into exactly what's going on, and more kind of figure out a source for what's happening.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a religion check. A religious check.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? I'm really good at those.
Really good at those.
Oh my god, I'm really good at those.
Hey!
Whoa.
Oh no.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
To your detriment.
Choo. Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
As far as you hear about the Sinborn, there is a lot going on, but what you really key in on is what's happening at home.
In Ovella?
In Ovella, yeah. While you've been out, while you've been gone from home, you haven't been back since everything's happened.
Mhm.
You know, things happened, you couldn't find your parents, you took off. You had things to do, you had people to save, you had a whole life to start, essentially, when you had left. Keeping tabs on home, you've kind of done so, but nothing too great as, working for the church now is what you've mainly been doing. In looking for and trying to get word about the Sinborn in any way you possibly could, you found out a couple of things. Uh, the prevalency of Sinborn is crazy. It's whether it's from the uh, I can't even remember its name, from Helgren, the monsters that we fought in Krantz, um, even just moving up to Hinterwood and finding what they did in the forest, the things that they are finding out, the things that are happening around the world is starting to become more and more as you're watching as you guys got leave and other people came to take your place. This is less and less. So as far as that goes, as far as the information about some Sinborn, you've gotten word that Ovella has been completely cut off for the better part of a year.
Well, shit.
In
Uh-oh.
that you've heard in the word of that, as you tried to get word there, you've gotten nothing back. But the couple things you have gotten back is that there are some people here in the city from Ovella.
Like refugees.
Um, well, with a nat 20, I will give you this. These are not, you can say they're refugees at the moment, but they're not really refugees. It's actually a royal. You find out it is a duchess that is actually here, who had left home almost, more than half a year ago, on pretty much a journey of the world of Odasses, even though with all the Sinborn and things that are going on. But that's pretty much all you've heard about her and kind of what's happening. You do hear about kind of the creatures as the hints you get, they're flying, but that's about it. And they're pretty prominent is to cut off every supply chain to Ovella right now. As word stands, Ovella has been completely cut off from the rest of Odasses for, like I said, the better part of a year.
Okay. Well, I would take that knowledge to the guild, I suppose. If I'm sure, doesn't seem like that would be news, I guess, but sure. Okay.
If I didn't answer whatever you're asking, type it in, let me know, and I'll try to.
No. That totally answered my question. I'm just trying to think of what to do with it.
Okay. I will say this. When you take it to the guild, they do know.
Yeah.
They do know this is happening. They've actually been. What you find out is they've been sending forces down there. And not too many have either come back, or what they've been doing is the guild hasn't been able to send a fighting force down there. They've been able to try and send supplies down there, and the fighting force that they do send down there is pretty much trying to get supplies in, not necessarily get people out.
Sure. Just trying to reinforce what's already there.
Pretty much. What you do know of home is that they're pretty resilient. You've always known that. Yeah, you've always known that. So they're obviously doing something to keep safe in whatever way they can.
But they're under siege.
But they are under siege at the moment. All right. So that leaves me with Bud.
Me.
The kitty guy.
Well, Bud was his version of being knighted. Essentially, he's now called Bishop Bud.
Oh yeah.
As his cause. I'm now a bishop in the Church of Helm, which I guess that gives me some kind of perks in some regard. But during my month, I spent researching primarily new healing techniques, within the Temple of Helm, going over books, tomes, scrolls, different things like that, to be able to assist me in whatever adventure we found ourselves into next. Primarily working on the ability to resurrect. I didn't want to risk losing anyone. That's Bud's biggest fear, is somebody dying and not being able to help them, specifically of you guys. So he puts all his attention to learning that, which he does. And then, with the rest of his time, he does seek out the main bank of Wiltir and ends up going there to go into his family's kind of like box, I guess you'd say, with there are just some various trinkets and a small amount of money that was left over from before his whole family died. So now that we've been starting to pull parts from monsters, was thinking, hey, why don't I, on the side at least start getting things moving to be able to start a shop. And there happened to be a place opening next to Zoom. So I decided to create a shop that I could hire people that would be knowledgeable enough to work various different types of hides and parts to be able to make armor. And I ended up naming it Dad Rod's Rad Bods. And it's where, the best looking armor comes out of, or at least starting to. So yeah. That's
Dad
what it is.
rods, rad rods.
Excellent.
We'll say Foz is one of your first customers.
Excellent.
I'll grant
rods.
everybody a point of inspiration. Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead and finish, Bud. Sorry.
You're gonna regret that. No, I would definitely have. I would have definitely have worked to make scale mail from what we had just killed. And then if possible, I would be trying to either, if I need to sell the spear I have now, my magic spear, I'd really want to switch more into a closer range fighting. Something that does also a little bit more damage if I need to hit. So I'd be working to make a warhammer, a one-handed warhammer. Hammer one hand, shield in the other. So,
You're taking after your old boy Kaz, huh?
Roll me d20.
I give you a D20.
Oh, it's the D20.
It's private.
16.
Was
it?
Zoom, go ahead and also roll me a d20.
I realized it was still on to DM, so.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Do you want to keep that roll?
Oh, me? Is this in regards to my business?
This is I will say yes, this is in regards to your business.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my inspiration immediately.
I'm sorry.
Gotta
It
get
comes
those
and
business
goes,
lines.
doesn't it?
Watch
Oh,
it.
God. No. That's such heartbreak. Oh my God.
What the hell?
Zoom has
I'll
no
say,
business schooling.
No business schooling. Zoom, you and Bud get together in your guys in this month, and you guys are like getting paperwork and shit together and trying to like really like hone in on what you guys are going to do for your business. Bud found us, you guys like both found a spot, and with some of the money you guys were able to kind of like secure the spots that you wanted for this and can hold them for as long as you want. Things are progressing for you money wise, which you need a roll for. I will say, upon going to the banks and getting investors, this proved a little tough for you, Zoom. Being next to Bud, though, I will say, like, Bud being with you has granted you some opportunities that you most likely wouldn't have gotten yourself with that role. You guys actually got a invitation, or I will say, Bud received an invitation to Kingsport and actually took you as his +1 to meet with investors for your guys' businesses. Can you both go ahead and roll me persuasion checks?
Oh.
I'm real good at persuasion.
Oh, baby.
Oh wait, no, that's performance. Hold on.
I must perform
The other
my
D.
stance.
He has 3 + 1.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
all right. So I will say this: Bud with the 20 and Zoom with the 17. You guys are able to woo some investors to put in some dough for your businesses. You guys have the locations locked down in pretty prime spots, and you guys are almost just about set to go.
Figure we
All right.
just need to hire some staff.
You need staff and you need inventory.
Stay.
That's about it.
Oh,
Okay.
alright.
I'll also say that Wolken has done and I told Bud this already, but I forgot to Wolken, you've done a lot of work inside of Bud's shop to actually show to show them how to really do like nice work. And in that's where you actually forged your
First
stuff.
son.
Yes.
Sick.
So in that, like you watched, like they sat there and they watched you do this with all like the brand new tools that were in there before the shop opens to kind of learn a style and technique. And you showed them that.
My apprentice.
Yes. Zoom, you have a bunch of people running around and you are Gordon Ramsay upset.
This food is raw.
It's fucking raw.
You bleeding donkey!
Where's the
Yeah,
lamb
you're
sauce?
like you're yelling insults, you are upset.
are
They don't
you?
know. You've taught them over and over again how to cook these monsters that they've never seen before. And they're just not getting it. They're having a rough time. Opening is soon. I think you have like a soft opening coming up after your next trip, and so you're like trying to get them ready, and you're not sure if they're going to be ready. Your assistant's kind of a tard. You're like things are just not lining up for you right now. But you know the food's great because you've cooked it. People have eaten it, so you're hoping everything is great when you come back from your from whatever's about to happen next. All right. So, all of you have done whatever you're doing. Oh, and if you guys are wondering for Umlau decided to kind of be an asshole. He, after obtaining that money, he actually also visited the Bank of Wiltier, and he actually stashed it all away in there. And instead, Umlau decided that instead of being cheery and whatnot in this moment, you guys actually haven't really seen him very much. And so with that, I'm going to ask everyone here to roll me perception checks except for Acasio, because he didn't even get a chance to see Acasio at all.
So he didn't get one of my darts.
No. Besides that one time, he got one of your darts, but besides
Okay.
that one time, he didn't see you.
Dude!
Perception, you said?
The hell are you talking
Yes.
about? He's right over there. He's been there the whole time. Trebek.
Hang on.
Finally, some
doing the
peace
thing.
and quiet.
Dude, look at these rolls. Holy
They're
shit.
just ridiculous
thought he
right
could
now.
escape.
Everyone knows where he is.
Yeah, everyone,
Like,
all of
right
you
there,
guys
it's
have
like
seen
Evo's face.
Umlau. Yeah, all of you guys have seen. I'm like, who's this? Oh,
Except for Dreek.
Not me.
except for Dreek and Bud. So all of you guys have actually seen Umlau, and in the state you've actually seen Umlau, it's always been him trying to take coins out of your pocket and him going, "I'm sorry, mate. I've lost all my coin, yeah." And then he'll like drop it and like go away and laugh and run away. For you guys who didn't see Umlau, he actually each took 10 gold pieces from you.
Sure.
Wow.
I liked it for him.
Not me, though.
And
No, he took 40 from me.
yes. And I'll say you guys have done all these things throughout the month. you guys have gathered. You guys have now gathered up. You guys have gotten like a letter or a call or whatever it is that that brings you guys together inside this hall to receive your next orders. And as you guys all gather outside, you guys actually see a guard holding Umlau with his hands behind his back, and he's like, "Yeah, mate, those are all my friends right there. You can just drop me off, yeah." And as he comes up, he's like, "Is this? Look, this guy's been kind of causing havoc all around the city. Is this guy with you?"
How much? How much to make it all go away?
5 gold pieces, and I walk.
Done.
All right.
I drop 5 gold pieces on him and say, "Take a walk."
He takes them and he takes off, and he's like counting them as he walks away, and then he stuffs them in his pocket as he keeps going. Umla's, "Mate, they finally caught me. I mean, you guys all caught me, yeah? But I mean, they finally caught me, mate. You'd be so proud of me, lizard guy. I've been doing it, living on the streets and stealing things. I stopped singing songs, but now I'm with you. I can sing songs again, mate. Lulu, kill some bad guys. Lulu, kill some too. Yeah, they're not good lyrics right now because I haven't been doing it, but you know, we'll get better."
Well, maybe you should go back to isolation and learn more.
And he's like, as he looks, he's like, "I've learned a life of crime, mate. I can take your criticism now." And he like walks past you. He's like just ready to go. The rest of you all walk into whatever room it is that you guys receive your quest in, and you see a very slender, gray-haired elven man standing there. He's in very nice, like dapper clothing. And he just kind of nods to you guys. He's like, gentlemen, as you guys all like come into this room. Where are my notes?
My notes are dead.
My notes are dead.
Is this a recognizable character, or is this someone new to us?
This is someone new.
Okay.
This is someone new to you guys.
A new character.
Oh, hey, Riker, you're looking different.
Remember.
Also looking very alive.
Much more alive than last we saw you, but
Could have swore you died, but hey, who am I to judge on what?
All
goes
right,
on
missed
this
opportunity because I was like, I'm just wearing his mask, mate. It's still me, still cause I
oh,
am.
this is awkward.
Still not Riker.
world. So that was you I confessed my love to. Why didn't you speak up? As you guys gotta go and sit down and get comfortable, the man again nods to you and he's like, "Hello, gentlemen. My name is Abernanth. I am
Abernet?
Abernanth." He's like, I was actually granted permission to speak to you on behalf of some of the Royal Council for Ovella, as we've actually been here for quite some time. I've been, again, granted permission to ask if you guys would please escort me and the Duchess back home. As we have heard, there is a way in.
You happen
He
to
just
know
kinda-
which way in it is.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, we just have to take a ship to the shores, and we should be able to find our way in from there."
Here we go again.
Who told you this?
This was information that we had been given as we've kept tabs on Ovella for quite some time. As they found ways to kind of get supplies in, they said that might be our way to get back home.
Why do you need us for this mission? Seems like overkill for us.
Well, actually, while we were here, we've been kind of doing. We've been stuck, but one of the one of your members here, and he points to Kazdae. We've heard that he might be from Ovella. He might know the area.
Aye, it's true.
We believe that if we bring someone who knows the area, that might be much safer. And if we must bring you guys in tow, then that is much safer than that as well. The shores of Ovella have been pretty rough. The monsters have been swarming the areas. I don't know if any of you have heard, but routes have been cut off from Ovella for quite some time.
What can you tell us about the monsters?
I could tell you they're some, quite small, I guess. Some people say that there are some bigger things out there, but as far as I know, most people are attacked by swarms of these things. When they are hit, their skin turns black. They start to decay away almost immediately. It's actually one of the reasons why we wanted you guys. You guys are pretty proficient in fighting many of creatures, and with a bishop and, well, two bishops of the church, of a church, we believe that that could bode well on our side.
Point of clarification. You say when struck, their skin starts to decay, or is it yours?
It would be ours, I'm sorry. If they have attacked in swarms, from what we've known, and it's not a pretty scene.
Why go back?
The young Duchess misses her parents, as well. Her biological parents died those many years ago during the attacks. Her adoptive parents have been quite good to her.
What ended up taking you away from Avella to begin with?
Well, before everything was shut down, the ports and everything, the Duchess wanted to see the world before she got married.
Sorry, you said she wanted to travel before everything had closed down or been cut
Yeah,
off?
she traveled before everything closed down, and the reason she traveled was because she wanted to see the world before she got married. And he looks to Kaze and he said, "I'm sure you know as well that the people of Ovella can pay you and the guild, of course, uh, very handsomely for bringing the Duchess home." Um,
Question.
yes,
Have you thought about using an airship?
an
It's like
airship.
Sky Peak has some airships. You might, and we know some people in Sky Peak.
An airship probably would do great wonders. The only problem is that Ovella is built densely in the forest. As yes, you can come up top, but so can the creatures.
I kind of turned to the rest of the group and said, "This is another quest where if we were to fail, it would damn our name. We can't be responsible for killing royalty."
Well, if we fail, we're probably dead too.
That's not always the truth, considering that royalty's probably not as hardened as we are.
I agree with Acacio, mate. That guy's got the right idea. Abernathy is just kind of standing there, and he's kind of watching you guys mull this over. And as this happens, another gentleman walks in. He's got he kind of looks like a douche. He's got a sleeveless shirt on, tucked into his nice leather pants. There, he's got these boots on. He's got these pretty, nice beefed up arms. But he definitely looks like he skips leg day more than once a week. Like I said, short black hair. When he walks in, he's just like, "Are you done?" He's like, "Oh, yes, yes." And you watch as Abernath walks away. But before Abernath walks out the door, he's like, "Oh, please, if you would consider doing this, this would be of great importance to the kingdom of Ovella." And he steps out the door.
Before he walks, I'll say, if my group decides not to go, I'll still take your job.
He looks and he bows very respectfully to you. He's like, "As a bishop of the church, Mr. Kazday, that would be very honorable, and I would humbly accept any help from you."
Yes, you would.
And he just kind of nods and steps back. The douche in front of you, I did have a name for him.
It's Douche McGee.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Douche McGillicuddy.
All right. Well, I lost his name, so I'm gonna name him Alec, and that's how it goes.
Alec is it?
Alec.
Alec is
It
it.
is canon. So shall it be written, so shall it be done.
He's like, "All right. So, and most of my douches sound exactly the same. So just letting you guys know. You know a douche when you hear that voice. Sometimes you can ask for clarification without a check." He's like, "So," he actually closes the door behind Abernath. "So, if you guys choose to take this mission and go to Ovella, there's a couple things the guild wants you to do before you take off."
Gazdaya will instantly like. This feels like an alpha male situation. He'll put a hand up. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
He looks and he looks at your hand and he's just like, I'm Alec. Who the fuck are you?"
Gazdaya, Bishop of the Church of Helm. I'm asking because who the fuck do you work for?
And he like steps back a little bit. He's like, "Oh shit, a bishop. I work for the guild. I'm sorry." He proppers up a little bit and he's like, I apologize. I am here on behalf of the guild. Bishop Kazay, I'm sorry I did not recognize you." And then he kind of actually looks over the group and he's like, "Oh shit, it's Bishop Bud." And he looks at like, "All of you guys are pretty fucking famous around here." And he's just like, "Oh, I apologize, Your Holiness. I've just been here to give you guys the orders from the guild, as they need other things in Ovella, as well as the Duchess, safe. He's like, "So the Duchess is safe return." I'm sorry.
What the fuck didn't you say so? Is he holding
Okay.
papers and I'll just snatch whatever he's got in his hands?
He's like, you take the papers and he's just like, "Okay, so the guild wants you guys to investigate the creatures. They think there's more than what the people have seen. They have also heard reports of a black substance, but they're not sure where exactly it comes from. They kind of make the Right, he's like reading and his hands are shaking as he's reading this paper.
I'll take it out of his hands.
You take it from him. And he's just standing there and he puts his hands like he looks and he's like what do I do with my hands? He puts them at his side. What you guys read is that the guild wants you guys to actually go down into Ovella and check out and pretty much investigate what these creatures are and why why they were able to shut down the ports in Ovella. There's suspicion that these things breed wildly, or that there's like an abundance of them to the point that they might take over Ovella, and that it could possibly be a loss to all of Odasses. The next thing is there's a substance that they've gotten word about, a black substance. They're not entirely sure what it is, but they want you guys to figure that out. It is coming from Ovella, or it's come from Ovella, but they need whatever it is. They want to study it. They also want you to gather, of course, pieces of whatever creature that is there you can.
How edible is this?
It is unknown.
Perfect.
As I'm like reading with Bud, and like as we're going over this, I'll look over at Alec. I'll just like tap him, like, budge up, come on. What are you slouching for?
Oh, you know what? Sorry, everyone got a boot. Fazradine.
Yes.
What is scale mail? What kind of armor is it?
Medium.
Medium. Fazradine, I will grant you proficiency in medium armor to wear your armor.
Oh boy, that's
Oh snap!
You are the only
that's
one.
the kingly gift.
Nice.
Yeah, for real.
You are. I will say you're the first one to get your armor made. You put it on, and it is heavy as fuck. But
Sounds about
you
right.
take the time to walk around with it, get used to it, learn spells in it. Even if it's just sitting down and reading a book, moving around in it, you have gained proficiency in medium armor just by pretty much attuning to your medium armor.
Look at this guy.
Because they look clunky as fuck.
No, it's actually not too bad. With the work of Wolken and what he's shown a lot of the people, a lot of like some of the workers to do, a lot of the work for your guys' stuff has been done in this shop that Bud is going to open.
So it's very form-fitting then.
It is very form-fitting.
Still clinks
Sexy
a lot
old
when I
man.
try to sneak. But just for the record, that was a bump from 9 AC to 13 AC.
Hey,
Big jump.
double
Persistent
digits.
mage armor, everybody.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, I was like, everyone got something in there, but I was like, I need something for Faz, and then you said you needed armor, and I'm like, you know what? There you
I'll
go.
take it. Like I
Um,
said, that is a kingly gift.
Fuck, I forgot where I was at. Anyway, yes, you guys read all those things. They need you guys to go down there. They also need you to see what's going on with the council that is in Ovella, as they haven't heard too much word coming out of what's going on, except for the need for supplies. And they feel that the only way to actually get to them is actually sending in a force that can actually fight their way through and get a message from the council and fight their way out, if need be.
Looks like we're going on another ship, boys.
What do you think, Chops? Want a trip to my hometown?
I've been dying to see those rolling hills and flowing waterfalls. Count me in, Your Holiness, as I bow before you.
Oh no,
Here, people-
the pleasure is all mine, Your Holiness.
You guys watch as they've been doing this for the last month.
We gingerly touch more
Everyone's
hammer tips.
very over it.
Come, let
I
us
foresee this will become even more
has
irritating.
never caught
even the close
butter
quarters of
and
a ship.
cause.
Umlau has seen you guys doing this when he's not even trying to steal from you during when he was in that month. And he was just like, mate, we get it, mates. You guys are like high in the church. We're all right, mates.
No, Alec needs to know his place. Isn't that right? I'm talking to you, Alec.
We're both like,
He's like, and he just kind of like, yes, Bishop.
Are you still here?
And he like turns around and he's like, I was, and he walks out the door. When he walks out the door, he leaves it open, and you see standing right there is Abernanth, and he's actually kind of looking. He's got like this little booklet, and he walks back in. And he goes, "Will you guys be helping us?"
Looks that way.
Aye, it seems so.
yes, sir.
Thank you
Did it
so
subscription
much.
payment?
Yes, of course. The Kingdom of Ovella will pay the guild, who will pay you, and we will pay extra handsomely, for sure.
You have a vessel prepared.
Of course, we have a vessel prepared. As I rolled for the name, and I was just like, cool.
Fuck yeah.
It's not like anything super great, but I was just like, come on, all right. Yes, the vessel we brought here, it actually holds the cargo of a lot of royal jewelry, as we've tried to keep under wraps.
Oh
honestly.
God, we cannot bring Umlau.
He's like, it's called the Dead Treasure.
What?
I'm sorry, that's the ship or that's the jewelry's name?
That's the name of the ship. Is the
Oh,
Dead
I thought the jewels were named
I was
the
like-
dead treasure. I was like, okay, hang on.
That's just a tiny bit ominous.
I was gonna say,
Sounds like Curse the Black Pearl.
He
sounds
like
a
he,
little side
he
quest
sees you
coming.
guys kind of all like sigh of relief, and he's like, yes, I understand. But I do have to tell you, because all routes are cut off to Ovella, we have to take the Bay of Death in order to get there. And he like closes his booklet, and he's like, I will see you gentlemen at the dockyard in the morning. You have a good night.
Yeah, Bay of Death just sounds peachy keen.
Yeah.
What do I
don't
know? What do I know about this Bay of Death?
I was gonna ask.
Is this close to Avella or?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oh man.
It's the north of Ovella.
He's like, I'm good at religious history.
It is. No, I'm not. It was a fluke.
Heck.
I will say, because you're from Ovella, you know of the Bay of Death.
Okay,
Actually,
fair
most people know of the Bay of Death, but being from Ovella, you definitely know of the Bay of Death.
Okay.
Even with a 7, it's like, yeah, I've seen it. The Bay of Death. Yeah, it's a thing.
Can't be any worse than an electric serpent. No.
Yeah. Anybody else, if you want to, you can roll also a history check of the Bay of Death if you would like, to see if you know anything.
Cassie would not know at all.
Dreek, I will give Dreek advantage
Hey.
because he's been reading about
I was
Odasses
gonna say.
hardcore.
Hitting the
Yes,
books.
sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, you touched my tie.
I also sailed.
You sunk my battleship.
That was
heard-
a 19.
Oh, yeah,
That
shit.
was a
All right.
19.
Well,
All right.
Mm.
Well, Dreek, the information you learned about the Bay of Death, you forgot. At the moment.
much
I was
hookers.
Foz, Vulcan. You guys know that the Bay of Death hovers above Ovella. Ovella and Guinness or Guinness, I don't know how we decided to say that. Guinness. It's actually south.
I thought there was a kid.
It's the water above it. Like it actually sits. No.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yes.
Like a reverse island.
Yes. If you guys can all see, yeah, the Bay of Death. It's all right in this area.
The Valley of Villa.
It's a very big
Um,
bay. Anyway,
You guys actually, when you guys went from Sky Peak over to Helgren, you guys could actually see the Bay of Death. It's a very large, almost like black water area. Even from the sky, day or night, it looks like just deep, dark black water.
What?
What was
And I'll
that?
say,
Is that Pat
Wolkin,
Bushler talking?
Yeah.
you've heard some of your people talking with the 20 and pause with the
What do you mean,
you
my
guys.
people?
Yeah, your people. The people that the dwarves and stuff and halflings and all those that help you build the Warforged, who have talked about crossing the Bay of Death, or who had family who crossed the Bay of Death years before, um, saying there are horrible monsters inside of there and things of that nature, even before everything had happened.
Dreadful.
Very. All right. So there you guys gather the rest of your stuff, get up for the next day, and head to the ship.
I did have one question. Was there any useful information out of Sid, the boy we brought back?
Oh, the boy. He was the.
He was the kid that came with us to Ansagon and Krantz, and we dropped off, and he got captured.
Oh yeah.
He was the kid with the staff. So, if not, no worries.
Did he? I might have to get back to you on that next one because I saw something about Sid, but I was like going through everyone's stuff.
Yeah, no sweat.
Sid is one I missed, but I'll write that down so I have something for him next week.
No
For
worries.
sure. Remind me sometime this week so I can get back to you on him.
Can't do.
And anybody else, if I missed anything, just remind me so I can get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Okay. I will say this though. I will say that Sid was taken in by the Church of Helm to kind of watch over and to take care of at the moment.
Okay.
That was kind of instituted by you and Bud to kind of leave him in the care of people you know that will take care of him. All right. All right. So I say you guys gather your things, get your armor and whatever it is ready and necessary to go. I'll say you guys actually head outside of Wiltier. You guys travel maybe half a day, maybe a little longer. It takes you guys a little bit to get to kind of you guys aren't going to the normal ports. You guys are going to the shore, a little bit past the hills. How do you ping again? I'm sorry.
Hold X and click.
Hold X and click. You guys
Hold
are
X
going
and
toward-
right click as the DM, and you could pull us all to a location.
Oh, I can pull you all to this area. Yes.
Get
Yes, you guys actually are coming down this way. As you guys will actually start one of the routes here, and you guys will be traveling through the Bay of Death.
Got
The Bay of Death.
Zooming me out whenever.
Mario of
somebody finds
Death.
Death.
It's not a crazy it's not a crazy set route as you can see. Most routes are pretty set throughout throughout the world. But you guys are all set. You gather your things. You get to the docks wherever you guys are ready to go. I'll say it takes about half a day's travel to get about out there, through carriages and on horseback. You get there and you see this actually very it's pretty well kept ship. You see on the side of it, it says in very nice Fleary, it says
buddy. Sorry,
It
those are my
says,
button rolls.
yeah, those are it says dead treasure on the side of it. Used very nice like gold writing. Kaz, when you look at this ship, you can see a lot of home on it. A place you haven't been in a long time. The wood on this ship is a very like dark grain. A weird a weird dark mahogany that's in there. But you know that these trees really only grow in Ovella. And so you can tell that this is an Ovellan ship. an Ovellan merchant ship. It's not too crazy big, but it's enough to fit you guys and the crew. And of course, the Duchess, who is there in tow.
Do we ever catch her name?
Her name is actually NPCs. Her name is Duchess Synexi.
Nexi?
It's Synexi.
Synexi.
Synexi. Sorry, Cinexi.
I suppose CYN.
You know, I almost did it, but I was like, I've used my Y's too much.
There you go.
One more time.
Synexi.
As you guys kind of come up, you see this very fine young woman stand there. She's got more silverish gray hair, so she doesn't look old. It just looks like, oh, that kind of sucks if that's your natural hair color, but cool.
But she's sexy, Synexi.
But she is sexy Synexi. As she stands there, she's very tall. She is about 6'2", very slender figure. She's in these not like this crazy, not like this crazy gown, but she's in this like dress. And you see standing next to her is Abernathy, and as you can tell at that moment, as you guys walk up, that he's kind of her butler. As you guys walk up, he's like, "Gentlemen, this is the Duchess, Synexi Unu." Unu. OONU.
Who knew?
Unu.
Voodoo.
I will give a slight bow. Duchess Unu?
She looks to you and she's like, "Oh, a man from the church. There's no reason to bow to me, Bishop."
I'll be
Well,
like literally behind him and sidestep. 2 men.
Man of the church, but originally from Ovella.
Well, trust me, I've heard you from Ovella. I've actually had quite the lessons of who you are.
Still wearing Riker's mask. I'm just kind of like, tilt the head. I'm sure. I hoped we can discuss it later.
Oh no.
Sure.
He also towers over me by 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches.
Yeah, she's really tall. She's like, "Yeah, well, sure, maybe we can." She starts to walk onto the ship as Abernathy is right behind her, and he before actually he takes off. He's like, "Gentlemen, thank you again for taking on such a important job. It's really appreciated." And he turns around and walks on the ship. You guys follow him?
I was actually gonna ask, can I like grab his wrist and like kind of lean in real quick to him to ask him a question? Yeah, I want to smooch him. Just
Yeah.
right on the lips with my mask on, so it's just like.
Ding.
You go ahead and grab him, and it startles him a little bit. He's like, "Oh, yes, Bishop."
Who have you told about the treasure you have here?
We haven't told anyone. We've actually been docked for quite some time.
And there's nothing else in the hold.
As far as the treasure from Old Ovellan Council and New Ovellan Council that needed to be traded and sold, no, Master Kaz, we do not have anything else upon the ship.
Inside his ass.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Oh, sorry. That sounded
No! Damn it!
You believe every word he says.
I'm sorry, inside his ass?
Inside.
That's what I heard at first. I'm like, wait, what? Why does he have the treasure in? Oh, in sight.
The treasure is mad.
Where did you hide that
Any
treasure,
cost.
sir?
Literally everybody.
So everyone's like, "Can we believe him?"
Are we all doing?
Um, as he's
Don't worry,
Keep it bad,
I'm there
boys.
with you.
Or not everybody. I'll let him go.
as he says that he's being truthful. He actually he tells you, he's like, from what I know, all we have on board is the jewelry that we came with to sell off, which we for some reason weren't able to do. And with actually more jewelry than we should have because the Duchess wanted it. So I've definitely come here with less money than I should have, for sure.
Well, it's been a year, right?
It's been pretty close to about 8 months, and I will say that if I do not get home and see my wife soon,
They'll leave you for
I
another
might-
man.
I might have a conniption fit. I might not make it another day.
Speak of Egyptians.
I actually came to the guild. A month ago, and they told me I'm gonna have to wait because I specifically asked for the bishop, Yazday, and they said no. I actually went home and cried a little bit. I didn't let the Duchess see. I'm letting out more information than I should, but I haven't spoken to very many people in a long time.
Well understood.
He turns
Your
around-
ASB is more like all the time now. Yeah.
And he turns around and he's like, he wipes a tear from his eyes. I'm sorry to be so emotional. And he walks away and onto the ship. You guys follow?
I'll turn around and address the group. I need someone to inspect the hold. Just make sure it's all above board.
I'll inspect the hold, mate. Sounds like a
Not
good
you.
time, doesn't it?
I already paid for you. My city won't pay for you.
I'll do it.
Oh,
Let's just get this
oh.
done with.
I'll go with him.
Do it. If anybody knows that we're out on, if anybody knows we're out to sea with this much treasure, I'm afraid we're going to be waylaid.
Down we go.
And away you go. Let's see what's going on. As I have some random tables myself.
Nothing bad could possibly happen. Nothing bad has ever happened on a ship for us. It's
Nothing bad.
classically,
Not ever
Never
once.
classically the safest form of travel.
Oh yeah.
Grab me a bivy.
All right.
We've only had one
Um,
shipwreck. It's not that bad.
Oh, you spoke the magic words.
Only once. Oh, forgot to do that. As you guys walk onto the ship, you guys notice that all like everyone disappeared. Look up.
Good drinks.
Then I will give it just a slight second.
You can talk shit about them when they're gone.
Right.
And
Something
And-
about squid hunting.
Yeah, Kazda is pretty much become my squid hunter.
notice how all my characters sound
That's good
exactly
timing.
like Dae.
Listen, all my characters sound like Kazdaye too.
Can confirm.
Literally every single one. Don't worry about it. Even Kazdaye doesn't sound like Kazdaye on his best day, so
Best Kazda AAs.
All right. So you guys get onto the ship. You guys notice that all the guys on the ship seem to be just into what they're doing, working hard, trying to get everything ready so they can set sail. It's I would say it's about 3-4ish. You guys are going to actually start sailing at night to get through. It's going to take you guys about 2 days to get there.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, but from what you're told, it takes about 2 days from where you're at to get to where you need to be. As you walk onto the ship, you see that everyone kind of looks like old school Navy uniforms and those like all white. Why are you guys working or doing anything in this? Why do you guys look so happy doing this? You guys don't look ready for any type of combat whatsoever. but they seem, like I said, really into what they're doing. And then you watch as the captain kind of like walks out and he looks to you guys and he's like, ah, 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 ah. Are you the guys I'm taking across the Bay of Death?
What about it?
It's like, we're gonna have a fantastic time, all right? The crew is set to go, and it's gonna be a great one. I heard we got a royal on board, so whoa, a party is set. And so, dinner's on me tonight, boys. But are you ready to go? I got the guys ready to anchor up and set sail.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
He's like,
Just looking at the
First
rest of the
rodeo.
team.
he's just like, grand. I heard there's some guys from the church. Praise be to He. Let's move on. All
Let's hear
right.
it. All right. I met this
call
guy.
They call it
I hate this
LOE.
mission. I hate it.
He walks past one guy and he slaps his butt. He's like, all right, man, let's get anchors up and let's set this sail. Let's get this baby moving. Let's make this kitty purr. No pun intended, cat guy. That's what I call that guy.
This guy has extreme youth pastor vibes.
Immense youth pastor vibes.
I rolled for him and I was like, please don't make him the jolly guy. And
You got
He was the jolly guy.
I got what I got. Got what I got.
Here we are.
And so
Nice,
yeah,
man.
so he's like standing up and he's above this. He said he's just looking at you. He's like, all right, guys, I know it's getting kind of dark and it gets kind of dangerous on the Bay of Death. I've been across this sea a couple times. I know what's going on. So you over there, guy with the metal chassis, I just want to let you know you probably shouldn't stand out on the deck as we get moving. If a storm's a coming, you're lighting the whole ship on fire. Lightning and metal just don't match, sir. So I'm gonna say there's a room in the back that you can sit in. Anybody wearing metal armor, just please try and cover it up with some cloth there, or you just might catch a burn like your buddy. All right, all right. So the crew already knows what's going on. They've been informed to leave you alone. If you wanna hang out or kick it with them, just make sure they finish their work first. We want to make sure they get their shit done. All right. You over there, I heard you like to sing songs. Can you do that for us? Let's make this ship lively. All right, if you guys want to hold, a church session or whatever you guys do along the way, I'm more for it. You guys can do exactly what you want. I don't mind it. Believe what you believe. It's all good. I might even attend. Hell, it might be even a good time. But all right, let's go ahead and set. What's that, John? No, John, I need you to make sure that guy can make food in our kitchen because when I made you the chef, everybody got sick. Yes, John. No, John. In fact, you can stay here now. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and get set to go. Let's go. Nope, John, get the fuck off the boat, and we're outie.
Just
All
take
right.
John and I'm like, leave this to me.
And you guys, and he like wraps up everything, and the crew actually like claps after he talks, and then like he's like, all right, let's enough with the cheering. I don't need to get the fuck back to work. All right. And he comes down and he's like, all right, guys. Well, like I said, we're gonna get to moving. Is there anything you need?
Is there gonna be a
It's better.
safety video?
This better not turn into a goddamn musical.
It's like, well, I guess I'll go make sure that I put my lyrics away. It's hoping
Cancel
for
the
some
cancel.
show tunes. But I see not everybody is a fan.
In the Navy.
Like, oh, don't get me started. And you guys actually, you guys set sail. Who is going to investigate the cargo?
Because myself
Myself
and
and
Bud.
Bud.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
What do we have down here?
Nothing.
Was I a part? Was I a part of this? Or
seriously.
did you say I?
You
or
told
did
us to go in there.
Yeah,
I told you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah, you guys are. Jesus, you guys go to.
It's all
guys go to-
bad.
You guys go down to check the cargo, and down there is actually Johnny. He's standing there. There's this blonde hair he's almost got this like girlish bob cut.
No,
and he's
you
standing there.
leave. You get out of here.
And he's like, but this is the only place I can be without getting yelled at by the captain.
You'll get
He
yelled at by
hates-
us.
he looks around and he sees you guys trying to investigate. He's like, no one's supposed to be down here, you guys. And if you guys can't do this, all right?
What shit are
What
you
do you
down here
guys-
for then?
Because he kicks me off the boat. If I can't stay here.
Then get off the boat.
He's
looks
like,
at
no,
you-
we yelled down you too.
He looks at you, Kazu. He's like, but I want to go home too. I don't want to stay here. I hate this
You
place.
heard him.
He shrugs his shoulders real hard. He's like, damn it, man. I just want to go home. And he grabs his coat and he walks up and all you hear is a guy, hey, fuck you still doing here, John? Get off the boat. Get off the boat now. He's like, but it's water. I know you know how to swim. I taught you out of the day. Get off the boat, Johnny. And you guys are down there. You guys go and investigate the cargo, and everything to you guys looks just fine and dandy. There's a lot of pearls, a lot of gems. Like I said, there's a lot of jewelry down there to be sold and moved and shipped off and stuff like that. Very nice things made from Ovella.
Oh, definitely don't tell Umla about this.
I
He
hate the
knows.
fucking rich.
He knows.
He already knows. I'm gonna actually roll a stealth check for Umlau.
I'm interested
We're in the
talking-
room.
I'm
Yeah,
interested-
while you guys are in the room, go ahead and roll me perception checks.
I'm not going to because I'm interested in talking to Drake because I remember he was a sailor in his past.
God damn it, dude.
Indeed.
So,
Ain't nothing.
so I will. Oh my God, no! All you guys who went to go look, Umlau rolled a 20 on his stealth check.
Hey. Good for him.
Slake's behind
Oh,
you guys as you're like,
Were we
I'll
just
roll
all
for-
doing that, or was this like
No, just the
want
people
to?
investigating the treasure.
Oh,
um,
sorry. Okay,
yeah.
I just
No,
heard you
it's
say
okay.
everyone roll perception, so I was like, oh, okay.
Well, Umlau definitely got past you guys if you guys weren't paying attention to him. I'll roll and confirm with the DMs later what he stole.
Every.
But he definitely is, when you guys exit, he's definitely standing next to. What was down there, mate? Anything cool? Yeah.
Nothing
Just,
Nothing worth mentioning.
yeah,
Oh,
just your
mate,
generic
said
items.
he walks away. They said treasure, mate. I thought that'd be something cool like gold or something, special. I have enough gold. I threw a gold coin in old man the other day, mate, just to see if I could get away with it. And then that guy brought me all the way to you guys, and that's why I was in trouble, mate. I threw gold at an old guy. And
I
Umlau,
know it hurts.
It's right there.
I was like, mate, sometimes you can see and sometimes you can't. I had to test my theory, mate. I thought you could see into the future, but you couldn't see my gold coin hit you straight in the back of the head, yeah? And you guys are sailing on the sea.
I want to go talk to Drake.
I would like to talk to Umlau.
I'm also interested in talking to Umlau.
Alright, I will go ahead and Acacio and Drake, I'll give them the floor first.
Drake,
Eh,
you mentioned earlier, ways back, that you were a sailor of sorts.
this is true.
We are carrying various precious gems, jewels beneath the deck. Do you know of any anyone out there that might be seeking said treasure or a threat to us out in the sea?
Well, I've been around. I've heard lots of stories and tales. Should I roll for that, actually? That knowledge?
Yes. Go ahead and give me a history check. I'm sorry. What did you say, Ocasio? I was looking over a table
Basically,
real quick. I
basically, I'm
apologize.
asking him if he knows of anyone that might be like pirates, because I think his
Oh,
background is a pirate. But
yeah. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll. Go ahead and roll, and you can roll with advantage.
Roger, Roger. Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd say you've personally never actually sailed across the Bay of Death.
Hmm.
You've had some the Odessan Sea, the Finian Gulf, the Fort of Bragg. You've been around to some places, and because you come down the Sea of Havir with the team, you've been to a couple places. They've mostly been in and around Wiltier, but you have like the fjord of Hildir and like the Castlear Bay and the Loch of Nadir you haven't been to.
Ah.
And the Bay of Death, you've heard people tell tales of it, like crossing it, um, but you personally haven't been across the Bay of Death.
Did I hear about like pirates specifically, like people like looking for treasure and stuff, or
You do know that you do know that that a lot of pirates do frequent the Bay of Death. They around around like the Finian Gulf, Bay of Death, Castlear Bay. Pirates do go around there because those are big trading routes in those areas. Most people don't sail through the Bay of Death or through like Castlear Bay, and so they're able to kind of set up shop and be on the water for okay amounts of time when they get big hauls.
okay.
Walken. Were you gonna say something, Walken? No.
I was just saying big holes.
I'll
I heard you. I saw you put your hand up. I was like, "Did you need something, bud?"
Calls.
All right. Anything
I'll
else? Oh, good. Sorry.
I just said I'll relay that info to Ocasio. Like, well, there's certainly lots of treasure hunting and piracy I've heard around here. Haven't seen it with my eyes, but it's definitely possible.
This might be something to keep our eyes open with about. Maybe let the captain know. Maybe let the rest of our party know.
Certainly, certainly.
That's all.
And then Kaz and Zoom, was it, are both talking to Umlau?
Maybe you start first, so.
just would be like-
Umlau's sitting on the is kind of sitting on the main deck, and he's looks like he's tuning tuning a lute, a small lute. You can almost say it's like ukulele size, where it's it's rather tiny, but still got that nice little bulb in the back of it. He's like you see he's like tuning it and stringing Lulu. God, this is nice, mate. I haven't done this in a while. What do you guys say?
I just go, hey, Umlau, I haven't seen you too much over the last month.
Mate, I've been in a lot of trouble, mate. But it's been kind of fun, yeah?
Well, that's good.
What have you been up to, mate?
Well, I've been real busy trying to open this restaurant, but have you been thinking about your dad at all? I was just thinking if you had tried to track him down at all during that.
Well, from what I saw, mate, I thought he died, yeah? I mean, there was that blue wispy thing that I saw that maybe he might be alive, but it's me dad, mate. If he was alive, he'd say something, yeah? Like, I'm coming back for you, I'm gonna kill you, or something like that, because he was a pretty angry guy after me mom left. But then I think maybe he'd be like, hey, Umlau, I kind of fucked up, yeah? But, I'm still alive and I'm just trying to find a body or something to put my body in, yeah? But it's probably not that one because he was kind of a dick. But other than that, mate, yeah, I've thought a lot about it.
Are you okay with that? I know the manner of his passing was rather violent.
He looks up to you, Kaz, and he's like, and he kind of looks past you to see if anybody's there, and he comes back. Don't tell the kitty guy, mate, but I'm really, really sad, yeah? And without me dad at me side, I kind of feel like I've got nothing to do.
But just peeking out from below the deck.
From below deck, he just
Birds are just
pops up. Go ahead and give me a perception, bud.
He says, "You got paws, don't you?"
Someone's talking to me. My ears going off. And he's just like, "Oh wow, yeah." You hear it.
Oh my.
I'll say you hear it.
Perceptive.
Umlau was just like, I don't know what to do, mate. Without I was supposed to, bring me dad back, and now he's gone.
Well, I mean, you don't know he's dead for sure. He's a genie, right?
Something like that, mate. Maybe. I mean, he was in a jar, and you had to kind of rub it to get wishes, but that kind of sounds really awkward when you think about it, mate.
Well,
I mean,
and I don't.
he did save your life, mate. I mean, we did save your life, mate.
We did
Yeah, I
indeed.
mean, I never really got to see him until
Yeah,
he
he
was possessing a crazy demon sky beast.
That was probably the best way to see him, mate. If you would have saw his actual face, you'd be like, oh my god, this guy, he's gonna bring us back, but he's really handsome, but he's kind of an asshole.
Well, I mean,
That was what everyone said when we were bringing you back, yeah? They're like, what? What a handsome asshole.
is that what they said?
Yeah, it's really
I couldn't
weird.
hear anything. I was dead.
Combination to put back together. I'm glad you didn't hear it. That's why I lied to you about it. I didn't want your death or your comeback to be associated with a handsome asshole.
Was a bit of an asshole, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of why I've been stealing and stuff. Makes me feel alive again. Something to do.
Well, if you're looking for something a little less illegal to do, the new restaurant I'm working on getting going here could really use some form of entertainment. So it'd be great if you wanted to work there. You could get the tips. You could entertain the masses. Also, I'm trying to get like a high-profile clientele to come. I really want it to be like a quite fancy Crancian cuisine.
Like, oh, mate, you mean I can sing my songs in front of a bunch of people and then not have to go die?
Yeah, that's the goal. That would be the end goal.
I'm gonna start writing all my songs right now, mate. And he like runs off with his little ukulele and he's like, Lulu, kill some bad guys, Lulu, save a life. And he just hops down to the lower decks.
Cass will just clap Zoom on the shoulder and be like, "Your plan was much better. I'm glad I let you go first."
Let sleeping bards lie.
Yeah.
Or something.
Give me my money
those with-
back, Ublau. Where's my money?
For those with fallen fathers, I think you provided him with something much better.
Well, I have some experience in that.
Aye, so do
Adventure.
I. Just leave it at that.
You guys continue to sail a little further. The day slowly turns into night. As you guys or whoever's standing on deck or even below, you guys can actually hear the rain coming. The crackle of lightning in the background, the rumble of thunder as you guys move on. But what's nice and different is that the waves don't kick. A gentle roll across the waves as you guys move towards your destination. You guys hear off in the distance cannon fire. even shrieks, and then they simply go away.
Zoom's like not having any of it. He's just like, but no, I hate this.
As you
I don't
guys
like
are,
any of it.
as the storm kind of rolls by, nothing crazy happens. As you guys hear all this, and you guys are ready for a battle to happen. You guys are ready to get boarded. You guys have been on so many ships, and something has happened every single time that all of you take a point of exhaustion because you guys didn't sleep through the night.
Oh,
You guys sat up with PTSD rolling
sounds fair.
through the day. From the break of sunlight, you all looking at each other, groggy as shit.
Can
You
I
guys
be
can-
accepted from that?
Yes, Vulcan is exempted from that. You guys can hear like the crew and they're getting their stuff done, and you guys are running on almost no sleep. The captain comes down to your guys' quarter and he's like, you guys, all right, so I just want to let you know that breakfast is ready. We've been cooking for a good little bit. You guys all look like shit. Go ahead and take a bath there. Except for the robot guy. In fact, you look fantastic. You make it through the storm last night, buddy. Amazing. Bishop, I might want to talk to you. It can be either one. You, lizard guy over there, you might want to get some lotion for your skin. You look a little bit dry. All right, guys, I'll see you at the breakfast table. And he turns around and walks back up.
What?
What?
I'm speechless.
You what?
You what? You what, mate?
What? Yeah, you guys get your stuff ready. You guys head to where they serve all the breakfast. It's not a like crazy big ship, but like it's enough to fit you guys. They have like a small little area for you guys to eat. It pretty much sits you guys and a couple of the crew. I would say Zoom, were you up cooking?
Yeah, Zoom would probably be. If he's not sleeping, he's probably just like neurotically cooking at that point.
Okay, Zoom up cooking. Go ahead and give me a. Actually, you have cooking tools,
I have
right? You have cooking utensils. Okay, you can go ahead and use those. I'll give you advantage with those, of course.
All right.
Nice.
16.
I'll say with some of the stuff that you were able to bring on board, you actually cook a very nice breakfast for the boys, and the rest of the crew. The captain is over there stuffing his mouth. He's like, "Oh my God, this is the guy you bring around. I think I'm gonna take him from you. Can I take him from you? Can I take him? He's not fighting no more. He's cooking for the crew. This is the most amazing thing. Did you eat this? Did you eat this?" And he's just like chowing down.
Maybe
Chowing
when
down
the
on-
restaurant will get something called Uber Eats. And we can put on ships.
Food by boat.
So, the next day goes by. You guys are like I rolled for it and I can't remember what it was. Day goes by and you guys, I would say, going around the boat. Is there anything you guys are doing on the boat at the moment?
Trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Casio is
some
trying to
rest.
sleep. Everyone's trying to get some rest. As you guys are all doing that, you guys hear a commotion on the side of the
No.
ship.
No.
What are you guys doing?
Who's
actually,
interrupting
go-
my breakfast?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception. Let's see who actually hears this commotion on the side of the ship here.
Vulcan, go check it out.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Vulcan,
say
please. Vulcan goes.
Fuck
All right,
me,
well,
dude.
these
Oh,
are
right.
all.
We'll take a look.
Preach.
Those are
Ooh.
skill checks, right?
Wow, everybody's terrible.
Yeah.
I
I will
Forgot,
say that Vulcan, the
Okay.
one person who's not exhausted to go check it out.
Oh wait, yeah, we
Oh
have
my goodness.
disadvantage, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's
we
a
do.
10.
Oh, well.
As you guys, Vulcan, you go and you see.
Mine's worse.
More like it.
These are relatively accurate perception checks.
What do I see?
Acacio, who hears this, he hears what's going on. You are just drawn to bad things happening in the water.
It's true.
As you just kind of like lazily like walk over and you're just like, I'm exhausted, but I kind of got to see what's going on over here. Vulcan kind of walks past you, not quickly, but it seems like he's walking fairly fast because of how exhausted you are. You watch as the crew members are all like, oh, we need help over here, come help us. And they're you see that they're like throwing ropes over the side of the rail. And Vulcan, as you look over, immediately as you look over the side of the railing, you see that they are pulling up these very sunburned and starving, almost look like refugees as they pull them up and over the rail. These guys look like they've been stuck at sea for a good long while.
I pull any additional ropes if needed.
Okay. I'll say there's about five. There's about five people that come up over this. There's five. Sorry. There's six people. Only five of them are alive. As one of them, as they bring one up, they're like, he didn't make it, and they kind of just lay his body down.
Rest in peace.
The captain comes over and he's like, what's going on here? He's like, oh, all right. Let's get these men some help. You, over there, put some blankets on them. You, metal guy, find out what's happening. I don't trust any of my crew to find out what's happening. They're a bunch of idiots. You, over there. And he just starts pointing to different people, getting them to do different things. Get them some fresh water. Get them this, get them that. All right. He looks, he's like, you guys are safe now upon the dead treasure. And he stands up and he walks away. The guy that's in front, very, very tan, very leathery skin, as he's saying, he puts a blanket over him. He's looking and he's just like, what's that guy?
Is he the most articulate?
At the moment, from what you can see, everyone else is kind of either like shivering under a blanket. They're all like, but they're all relatively like close together, huddled together. One of them is with the dead body, kind of staying there, looking at them. It seems to be they're just kind of, yeah.
I go to the guy. Where did you come from?
We escaped Ovella. Just barely.
What did you see?
They were everywhere. We couldn't do
Those
anything.
creatures?
I don't know what it was. They just we got to the shore. We got to the water. And some of them followed us. They just kept stinging you everywhere. Mine seemed to heal up, but and when you actually look at him, he pulls up the blanket and you see these very heavy dark spots, and they look like they're becoming like abscesses in his skin. Like they look like they're starting to decay. He's got like three of them on his forearm that he shows you. The skin right there is like super raw. It's not looking good. Like he's most likely gonna lose the lower part of his arm right there.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Ew.
Fucking filthy.
And he's like, we didn't make it very far. In fact, you guys got us. Wait, you're not headed back there, are you?
We sure are.
He
They're
looks
here
down.
to deal with them.
We can't go back. There's too many. We barely made it out, You're not gonna make it. None of you. They'll get you just like they got us. Just like they got him. And he kind of like shifts his head over towards the dead body.
Are we all there, or is it just Akasio and Wilkin?
I think it's just Akasio and Vulcan.
Fair enough.
I will awaken the rest of the team.
I'll go look at the dead body.
Give me an investigation check, Vulcan. You relay this to the rest of the team.
Just trying to alert them.
Just I at least will come above board.
Okay. You guys come up and you guys see the commotion. It's died down a good amount. You guys can see Vulcan investigating the body. You guys see the 4 men huddled up and the one guy over the body as he kind of watches Vulcan scan over him. Vulcan, you notice that the dead body has a lot of similar marks, but he's got a lot more. It's amazing he probably lived as long as he did. It almost seems as if they pretty much brought like a dead body aboard as they left for how many marks he has. And you
Are these like stingers or like claws or what?
they look like sting marks. Some of them are really close, and so it looks like some of the abscesses are like about to touch at like how big
Oh,
these
God.
sting marks.
That's
Yeah,
so
like
gross.
how crazy they are. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Got it.
I want to investigate one of these guys with these stings, and I want to just try laying on hands 1 point of healing just directly on one of the stings to see what happens.
You lay on hands, and you watch as the abscess heals, very slowly though.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it doesn't fully heal, but definitely stops like the swelling of it.
And then
Like,
I'm
these
going to
are
try
pretty bad.
pumping a full 5 HP to cure a disease or neutralize a poison and see what happens.
You're able to neutralize what's in his arm.
Like, does whatever, like, black decay just, like, stop, or...
The decay stops, but it's still there. So you're not able to, so what I'll say is you're not able to cure the decay for sure. He's still going to lose that arm. But what you were able to stop was the spread of whatever this thing is doing. So like you watch, basically, I don't know if you guys like, I mean, I played sports. Have you heard of like MRSA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so like MRSA's pretty bad, and like if it gets really bad, it like creates like a fat hole in your skin, and like it can get really deep, and like it could be one of those that could be like one of those permanent holes if you really don't take care of it. So it's kind of like that. Like these are, even though you tried to heal it as well as you could or with something, these are things that are most likely going to stay with whatever decay. So, but it's not going to spread.
Got it. So early treatment is preferred. Long-term
Early
exposure, not good.
Exactly. Like these guys they've been pretty messed up for a little bit. Like you can see like those black and blue veins that kind of go when you're like poisoned or something, those have moved up closer to his elbow. You've effectively stopped them from passing his elbow and like really taking off more than it needed to.
Got it. Okay. Science.
Well, look at His Holiness go.
Do the rest of you come up?
Aye.
Yes.
I'll
You
bring
guys
up
come up
whatever
and
some of whatever I was cooking as well. I'll bring up for them.
okay. I'll say, Zoom, you bring up whatever you're cooking. You end up feeding them. They're very grateful and gracious, especially for this fantastic meal that you prepared. You watch as the guy with the guy. They all have like marks on them. They're most likely some of them are going to lose a limb. But as you guys look over these marks and these are pretty bad sting marks. Some of them have a lot of like tiny marks that have become like one abscess. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
it's just all in one area. It's become really bad. But you watch as the crew and the people on there, they do their best to help. As you guys continue to move on towards Ovella, I will say that the day gets a little bit closer to evening. The captain is like, can I gather you guys around here for a second?
For what?
I'll join him.
He's like, we're going to be hitting Ovella soon. Best way to get through is at night. That's what I've been told. So, this is how we're going to do it. Boys, I'm going to hit that shore as hard as I can. And when I hit that shore, all y'all are going to jump off with that queenie there and you're going to take off. And as soon as that happens, I'm going to switch my boat around and head back to the place I love the most, which isn't Ovella, because that's not where I'm from. I'm from the sweet kingdom of Wiltier, and I gotta go back to my honeys back there. So, in this and in that, when we get there, you hop off, you be ready to go. I'll take these sailors back over to my hometown and get them healed up and fed up. How's that sound?
What about the jewels?
The jewels aren't something we needed to return. The queenie there is something we need to return. So,
Okay.
that's
I mean,
something we need to.
We have
What's
bags
up?
of holding. We can put them in there, right? And 2 birds, 1 ship.
Shipstone.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, nah. You're not gonna take, my precious cargo now. I
Well,
gotta
it's
get that."
Ain't it the Queen or the Duchess's precious cargo? Unless she
Yes.
has some arrangement with you.
Some of it is this. Some of it is her car. I'll tell you that. But look, all of it needs to go back to Wiltshire. That's about it on that one. All right. I gotta get this back over to the shores there. But I definitely deeply appreciate all you
We're
do.
about to do the same thing.
You can go ahead and inside him. You definitely at this moment.
Oh,
You can
that's gotta
definitely
be
tell
a
he's.
disadvantage.
Oh.
Pretty good still.
Nice.
Yeah, you can tell he's lying. You can tell there's something up.
Ah,
What do you mean?
negative
That makes
5.
sense to me.
Yeah, Cassio, you can tell there's something up. Do you want to speak up now?
I think you're lying. I think you're just trying to take what isn't yours and sell it.
He's like, why would I do that? I'm the captain of this fine ship right here. There's nothing I need to take.
Then why are you trying to harbor the Duchess's wares?
He leans back. All right, you got me. Do you know how long I've been sitting in that bay? Do you know how long it's been since I've actually made some real money here? And with all this cargo, precious diamonds and gemstones, you know what money I could make? You know what money y'all could make? Catch you in on it. A little bit of here, a little bit there.
Are you a pirate?
We have ourselves money. Not interested.
He goes, a pirate? No. A pirate enthusiast? Just maybe. There's a reason why we've been safe on these seas.
Sounds like the kind of thing a pirate might say.
Money gets you
Also-
everywhere.
Also sounds like
Wait.
somebody I'd like to keep around for a safe exit.
Wait a minute.
He leans back and he's like, well, a safe exit means payment, and I could do that. But
If you're willing to stick around.
he's like,
See, I'm not willing to pay you to dock your ship, but you are here. Who knows what kind of riches will be in for you?
turns around and he's like looking over his crew working. And he kind of mulls it over his, and he turns back around and he looks to you, Kaze, and he looks at you like dead in the eye, and he's like, I'll tell you this. You're a bishop of the church. You got high standing wherever you go around this place. So what I'll do is a favor sometimes is worth much more than gold. Bishop, I'll take you up on your offer. I'll stick around. I'll make sure you guys get in and get out safely. Off the shore. That's about as far as I go. I'll make sure I sail around and keep safe. And when you're ready to go, and he takes out this scroll and he hands it to you. Right there, sir. That's a nice little message scroll. You can go ahead and use that, and it'll contact me directly when you're ready to get out of here. And when you're ready, I'll be ready. How's that for you, Bishop?
Well, pirate enthusiast. Let me see about getting you paid.
He kind of tips his hat to you, and he's like, well, since we're all in agreement here, you can call me Raish. He turns around and in a very dramatic fashion. Now let's go slay some monsters, boys. Somebody's got to get paid and everybody's got to eat. And you guys sail off, and that is where I'll leave you for tonight.
Sounds
No one's-
awesome.
Thank you, Brandon.
Would
That was fun.
Nice.
Question on the scroll.
Go ahead.
Well,
What happened?
sorry, I'm kind of assuming.
You're good.
uh,
Go ahead.
What they say?
Was that a message scroll or sending? Because message is the cantrip, and sending is the spell.
I assume I'd have to be
And,
sending,
I think it's sending. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
because
it would be
message would not work.
Yeah, it's sending. I'm sorry. I always get those confused, but I never play a spellcaster who has any of those. So it's not a spell that I look over very often.
Well, I'm just asking because now.
No, it's good. It's good. That's good clarification. Good clarification. Yes, it is a message of sending, so you can contact the captain.
Can I borrow that scroll to write it down?
Can't think of a better place for it to go.
It's a good one
Cool.
to learn.
That's what I was kind of assuming. So.
You hand it to Fazardine.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
And
For sure.
I have. I have some. Where in my inventory, I had enough. Materials to. Yeah, there we go. Transcribing components. For up to, I think it was like 3 or 4 levels worth of spells.
Sweet.
So if we have, I think, 3 hours, I will learn that spell. I don't know how soon we're landing, but
You have just enough time to learn that spell before you land.
all right, sweet.
All right.
Well spent.
Yes. So that is where I'll leave you for tonight. Sorry, it was a lot of.
No, that was
roleplay,
awesome.
so-
No, no, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry for explaining what we're doing.
Sorry for explaining what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
But no, I will see you
Question.
guys. Yes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, this is.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Random
Question.
rules clarification. For anyone
Bonus
else that has played a wizard before, does learning a spell from a scroll consume the scroll, or you're just copying it into the book and the scroll's still there?
I think
It depends. It all depends. If the DM, I always use it where if you're transcribing a scroll that like from a school or something like that, or like someone hands it, then it's usually a good scroll to just copy and it won't go away.
Oh,
Okay.
it does say
unless
apparently.
specified.
Yeah, I haven't looked it up, so I was just wondering if you guys know off the top of your head.
Personally,
Oh.
that's how I usually do it. I'll usually specify like if you use this scroll, it'll vanish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I think that's what it
that-
is in the DMG as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it says in order to copy the scroll, a wizard spell on a spell scroll can be copied just as spells in the spellbook can be copied. Blah 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 blah. When a spell is copied from a spell scroll, the copier must succeed on an Intelligence Arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
Well,
If it
guess I should do
succeeds,
that.
it's successfully copied. Whether the check succeeds or fails, the spell scroll is destroyed.
No more spell
Cool.
scroll.
Ah.
No mas.
Spell scroll.
Spell scroll well spent.
Yeah.
Well spent. You get I'll say Foz. You know the spell now.
Cool.
So if needed to be used to contact Captain Raish, you can do it.
Good to know. I should make sure I have that prepared next time.
Yes. Next time. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if Dreek would have knowledge of Raish, the name, like in piratey land.
Yeah, give me a history check. I'll give you advantage on this one.
Okay.
And you don't have to take your disadvantage for your exhaustion.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, double 17.
Wow.
Wow.
Snake.
Dreek, you have heard of the captain. Sorry, let me go ahead and pull this note back out here.
Yeah.
Captain Raish Harold is
Excellent.
probably one of the most successful pirate captains there is.
Ooh.
Enthusiast, huh?
In fact, Dreek, you didn't really catch it, but you've actually met Captain Raish Harold before. He actually has come aboard one of the ships you were on one time. You didn't realize what was happening, but he actually came aboard your ship, commandeered it, gave it back, but when he gave it back, he actually sold it back to the captain of your ship and then sailed off on his ship with most of the gold.
Beautiful.
You've ever seen.
Yes, he is a pirate enthusiast. He will do whatever it is to make some coin. But he's a man of his word, and that is what you definitely know, Dreek. He keeps his word.
All right.
Anybody else?
Excellent.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good to go.
For sure. Well, that is where I'll leave you guys for tonight. For next week, we shall have a bit more fun.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
it.
Gee.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Good dokie team.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good boys.
See ya.
Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, friends.
Adios.
Night, y'all.